ClassJournals makes it easy for teachers to distribute documents to their students and provide valuable feedback once students have completed their work. This collaboration begins when a teacher creates a new document. Each new document can contain many different elements that we'll discuss in this video. The home page screen you see here is one a teacher would see. It has an Assignments tab and a Manage Your Class button. Students will also see an Assignments tab on their home screen, but no Manage Your Class button. Individual users who are not students will see neither the Assignments tab nor the Manage button, but the functionality we'll cover in this video will apply to all users' versions. To begin, we will explore the worksheet displayed on the screen. But first, let me quickly show you how you can select the font style that will be the default style applied to a document. On your home page, you will see a gear icon in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Click on this to access your personal settings, including font options. Here you can set the font size, typeface, and font color for any text you place in your documents, unless you override these settings using the Rich Text toolbar in the document interface, which I will demonstrate soon. Let's select a large serif typeface and make the text blue for now. You can choose the settings you prefer within your own account. Let's close the pop-up and click on the worksheet that's listed, Biology 101 iColor. This worksheet was created using ClassJournals and has been distributed to all students within a biology course. Several elements make up this worksheet, including images, text, headings, tables, calculation tables, and sketches. So, how did these things get here? From the home screen, we get started by typing an appropriate notebook name into the notebook name field, and then we click the Add button. The notebook will be added as a list bar above. In ClassJournals, all documents, which aren't assignments, are listed under this Document button. Keep in mind that documents can be very short, which we call worksheets, or they can be very long, the equivalent of a spiral notebook that students use for a semester's work. In this example, we'll work with a short document and refer to it as a worksheet. ClassJournals makes it easy to create folders to better organize your documents. Once your folder is created, you can simply drag and drop your documents wherever they belong. Or you can choose to leave all documents in the single home folder that is always there. It's totally up to you. Let's open the Biology 101 iColor worksheet by clicking on the Biology folder and then clicking on the list bar. Even though it's already complete, let's click on a few toolbar icons just so you can see how easily you can add sections. If you hover your cursor over any toolbar button, the help text will show you what it does. Now let's quickly click on a few. Each section will be added at the end of the existing document. Here's a topic section. Here's a text section. Here's a table. Let's add a column and a row. That's all there is to adding sections. So let's break down the different components of this worksheet so that you can see what kinds of tools are available to you when you create a document. First, notice that the worksheet is broken up into different sections. We use the Topic button to create separate headings for each section. Not only do topic headings give us a visual break, they also can collapse and expand what's between them. This is very useful in a long document, like a notebook, to unclutter the page of sections that may not be of immediate interest. Next, you'll notice that text has been included under each topic heading so that information, instructions, and questions can be included in any notes or worksheets that you create. This text is easy to include and easy to edit. Simply insert and edit text like you would in any other word processing program. In the next section, you'll see that images can be inserted into your notebook. This can be a great way to engage your students by adding visual interest to any document. An image can also call for a student response that demonstrates mastery of a concept. The ability to easily include images is a great advantage. By clicking on the Image button, you have the option of inserting an image into your document that already exists in your library, creating and inserting a new sketch, or copying and pasting an image into your document from the web. You also have the ability to insert a table, which will allow you to organize your data within your document. You can insert new rows or columns easily at any time, as you saw before. Or you can switch the order of columns or rows by clicking the row or column arrows. Let's switch the column order in this table. It just takes a second. Let's look at the calculation table in this section. It functions as a substitute for a scientific calculator. The functions and operators available in the calculation table can be viewed by clicking on the question mark button. You or your students can type an expression in the left table column and then click on the Calculate button to reveal the resolved value in the middle table column. If desired, comments can be included in the right column. A big advantage of using the calculation table is that it lends itself to students showing their work and working through a calculation using a step-by-step process. Unlike having students use actual calculators, here the process is preserved so that teachers can provide helpful comments where there were logical or computational errors. The calculation table also lets you solve for an unknown. In this case, let's solve for the volume of a three-dimensional rectangular object. After adding a new row, we'll enter the length equals 12, width equals 10, depth equals 5, and then the expression volume equals length times width times depth. It's important to note that after every line except for the last one, you'll want to make sure that you enter a comma. When finished, we can click the Calculate button, and the answer 600 is returned in the resolved value column. Finally, Classroom Journals makes it easy for you to include links to external resources or PDFs loaded into your library within an organized table in the document. After establishing a link or PDF, you can always add another row by clicking on the arrow to the left of the table and selecting the Add a Row icon. Here, you can include the URL or select a PDF that is already in your library. Note that the default font and styles we selected from the home page have been applied throughout the document, but don't let that keep you from styling any text you'd like to change in any of the section types. The tools from the Rich Text toolbar can be applied to selected text at any time. This works as you'd expect it would from other document creation apps. Let's select a phrase from this section. And then we can also make it bigger, and we could give it a background color. Notice that our text really stands out now that we've applied some rich text formatting to it. Keep in mind you can also set text to be bulleted or enumerated and aligned left, right, or centered. There are also arrows that can be inserted in the text as well as superscripts and subscripts. The arrows are important for chemical equations, and the super and subscripts are useful in both math and science. Not only can you create a great-looking worksheet containing all these features, but you can also distribute it to your class as well. When students are finished, it will be easy for you to access their worksheet in order to provide vital and constructive feedback. There is no need to print the worksheet or use another software application to create annotations. You can do all of that here using a desktop computer, laptop, or mobile device. Let's say that you need to review a worksheet that has been completed by your student. In this example, notice that the student has filled out the table within the Biology 101 worksheet. If you'd like to simply create a note in order to provide feedback, you can select the table and then click on the Typed Note button in the toolbar. Then simply type your note for your student's review. If needed, notes can always be hidden from view by clicking the left arrow icon within the note. Multiple notes can be added to any section of the document. Finally, you have the ability to include annotation and sketches in a document by clicking on the Sketch Note button. So let's say that you'd like to mark up the table that was created by the student the way you would write on a paper document submitted by a student. Simply select the section that you'd like to sketch on and click the Sketch Notes button. The sketch area will be discussed in more detail in another video. However, to give you an idea of how it works, we'll select red as our sketch color and then click on the Freehand Sketch tool. With that tool selected, you can annotate this section of the worksheet from your desktop, laptop, or mobile device. You could also use the Shapes tool to draw a shape on your own, and the tool will automatically recognize the shape and clean it up for you. Now that we've reviewed all of the components that can be added to a document, there are just a couple other features to point out. You can use the index to navigate easily through longer documents. Or another great feature is the ability to create a printable version of the worksheet if necessary. As you can see, the instructional possibilities with ClassJournals are endless. It has never been easier for teachers to create and distribute digital documents to students and to provide students with valuable feedback once they have completed their work. Documents are stored in the cloud and can be accessed at any time and anywhere. Student portfolios are created simply as a consequence of using the ClassJournals system. That's it! If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out more videos and explore additional ClassJournals features.